and welcome to Python 150, where I'm going through all 150 of the challenges in this book, Python by Example, which is by Nichola Lacey. Would really recommend it if you are thinking about getting into Python, or, well, especially if you've already started getting into Python. Well, actually, it teaches you from the ground up, but this series is aimed at people that have already got a little bit of Python knowledge. We are solving each challenge in this book 3 ways: basic, medium, and advanced. In fact, it's not called basic, it's called beginner. I'm so sorry. Beginner, medium, and advanced. And we are on challenge 6 today. Here we go. Ask how many slices of pizza the user started with, and ask how many slices they have eaten. Work out how many slices they have left, and display the answer in a user-friendly format. Now, every challenge we've had so far has given us a specific format to output. This is the first time they're letting us, or the challenge is letting us choose our own format, which is quite nice. So we can be a little bit creative. Also, this is modeling a real world thing, which I really like. The last one was like get 2 numbers and multiply it by a third, and wasn't really clear why we were doing that or what it represented. It was kind of abstract. Whereas this is a pizza, and that is a real world thing, and we can actually think about that in our code. However, for the beginner, we are going to start with a very simple thing. So, total slices equals input. And we are going to say how many slices of pizza the user started with. So we're going to take that and we're going to rejig the sentence. How many slices of pizza did you start with? Okay. And then we are going to grab our eaten slices. And we are going to how many slices of pizza did you start with? How many slices of pizza have you eaten? And then we're going to do a very simple subtraction. So we're going to say remaining slices equals total slices minus eaten slices. Then we're going to display this in a user-friendly format. So we're going to say format string, so that's F followed by speech marks. Inside the speech marks, we're going to say you have remaining slices, pizza slices left. Okay. There we go. Let's see if it works. So I'm going to run this. How many slices of pizza did you start with? 8 is normal. How many slices of pizza have you eaten? Okay, if I've only had this pizza in front of me for 30 seconds, 4 maybe? Ooh, okay. Unsupported operand types. String and string. If you've been watching every challenge so far, hopefully you saw the issue before it happened. If you did, well done. We need to integerify these. So we need to cast these to integers. Integerification, that's a word I made up. That's not an actual computer science term. We need to int these so that they actually get turned into numbers, because input gives us them as strings, and you can't subtract a string from a string. They have to be numbers. So let's try it again. How many slices of pizza did you start with? Let's clear this. Let's do this. So we started with 8. I ate 4. You have 4 pizza slices left. Let's try again. I started with 8. I ate 1. You have 7 left. It works. One downside with this is, let's say I have 8 and I tell it that I've eaten 512. It says that I have negative 504 pizza slices left. I don't understand how that works. So this is limited, but it's the beginner solution. But that's something we might combat in medium. So medium. What I want to do is I want to think about what it is to be a pizza. So we're going to make a class called pizza. And we are going to define an init function, which is when we make a new pizza, this is what happens every time you make a new one. And I want to I'm going to say self.slices, which will be an integer. No, I don't need to do that. I can just say equals. I'm going to say equals 1. Here's my reasoning. When you've got a pizza and you've not cut it, technically you've got one slice and that is the whole pizza, right? So our slices is 1. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a new method here called slice pizza.slice. Yeah, absolutely. That makes sense. And we are going to expect an amount of slices, and we're going to set self.slices to slices. So then what we can do is we can say we've got a pizza, which is equal to a brand new instance of our pizza class, and then we can say pizza.slice, and we can tell it to slice into a certain amount of slices, like 8, for example. And then that means our pizza now has 8 slices, or at least this number will be 8. But we don't want an 8. We actually want to get the number from the user. We have, in the previous challenges, written this nice user input package, which I'm going to use now. So I'm going to say from user input import user input, and then down here we're going to just new up a instance of our user input, and we are then going to say user input dot get integer. We don't want get float because we can't have half slices. That would be a chaotic pizza. I mean, you could, but we're not dealing with that. Get integer. What do I want the message to be? I want the message to be this. How many slices of pizza did you start with? Okay. And then we're going to slice that by the amount. So I might just actually pop that in the brackets of slice like that. And we're going to say slices equals user input dot get integer. It's not the cleanest thing, but it just makes things a bit less, I guess. So now we've sliced our pizza up. We could have a slice from user input. I like that. I like that a lot. Let's do that. So let's copy this and let's do slice from user input. And instead of passing in a number of slices, we'll pass in the user input object. And then what we're going to do is we're going to set self.slices equals user input dot get integer. So then in our actual calling code, we can just say slice from user. Oh, hello. Slice. Hello. Slice from user. I don't know why I always say that. I can't help it. And that way we've got less chonk in our actual code here. Lovely. So we're getting our slices. Now what we need to do is we need to eat the pizza. So we're going to do pizza dot eat eat slices. The word slices is losing all meaning for me, and so we need to make that function. So we're going to say def eat slices self and slices, which is going to be an integer, and we are going to say self.slices. Oh, hello, slices minus equals slices. That means take away and then set the update the value of this to the value of this minus the value of this. So self.slices starts at 1. We update it when we slice the pizza, and then when we eat slices, we are subtracting slices away from how many slices we got left in our pizza. So now I need an amount of slices that the user has eaten. So I'm also going to use the same idea as we did down here. In fact, let's copy this and I'm going to pop it here. And we're going to say eat slices from user input. We're going to get a user input, and then we're going to copy this string here. How many slices of pizza have you eaten? We're going to paste that in eat slices. Okay, that's cool. And then we can just call eat slices and pass in our user input. Lovely stuff. And then we need to display how much we got left, right? So def, and we're going to display remaining slices, and that is going to take self, it's going to take nothing else, and we're just going to print out this line. You have remaining slices but not remaining slices, self.slices. Cool. So now we can say we get our pizza, well, we get our user input, we get our pizza, we slice the pizza using a user input, we eat the slices. Oh, hang on, I need to update this. Eat slices from user input, from our user input. And then what we're going to do is we're going to say pizza dot display remaining slices. And we've modeled this now in our code like the real world object. It just makes a lot of sense. Now, this from user input is making this slightly annoying. It doesn't make this read as nicely as it could, but it's okay for now. So let's give it a run. So how many? Oh, for beginner 1, you have 0 left. Okay, how many pieces do you start with? 8. How many have you eaten? 3. You have 3 pizza slices left. That's not right. That is not right. So we should have had 5 pizza slices left because we started with 8 and then we ate 3. So we should have 5. Now I said self.slices, and when we eat a slice, we take it away from self.slices. However, when I made this method here, I didn't copy this. I copied this, and this is setting the variable equals. We actually want to set the variable to what the variable was minus our new value. So I'm going to do minus equals here on eat slices, user input.getInteger, and that will take away the number that is returned from this function, and it will apply it to self.slices. So let's try that again. 8 and 3 makes 5, and this is why we test our code. So this is working now, and that's really cool. However, we still have the issue where we can say in medium, we can say I started with 8 slices and I ate 512, and it says you have negative 504 pizza slices left. So we're going to fix that in the advanced function as part of our advanced work. So what we're going to do is we are going to what are we going to do? So I'm going to do this. I'm going to do the advanced slightly differently, okay? And we're going to do it like this. So I'm just going to take these two, and we're going to use the slice. We're going to slice it from user input. That's fine. But when we eat a slice, I want to I want to just use the user input. So I'm going to say slices eaten equals yeah, let's do it this way. Slices eaten equals user input dot get integer, and we're going to ask the question, how many slices of pizza have you eaten? Okay, and then we're going to say we're going to use this eat slices. So we are going to say pizza dot eat slices, and we're going to pass in slices is going to equal slices eaten. Oh my god, the word slices. Now this is we're going to make this return a boolean, so a true or a false. So I'm going to pop an arrow here and just indicate to everyone that this returns a boolean, and we are going to say, I'm going to get rid of the equals here because we're not going to set this variable just yet. We're going to say if self.slices minus slices is equal to is less than 0, then we are going to return false. Else we are going to say self.slices minus equals slices, because if it's not less than 0, then we know we can actually assign it that value. And we are going to return true. Okay, so we've got a little bit of condition here to ensure that we can't eat negative slices of pizza. Now what we're going to do is we're going to check whether that was valid. Okay, so valid slices equals pizza.eatSlices. We're going to set valid slices up here to false, and we're going to say while not valid slices, so while valid slices is false is what that means, valid slices equals pizza.eatSlices. If not valid slices, actually let's do the printing in here. So before we return false, let's print there are not enough slices for you to eat that many. Please enter a number between 0 and then we're going to put in self.slices, because that is our total number of slices that you can eat in this pizza, the remainder that is left. Cool. So we don't need to put a message in there, that's fine. And then after this, okay, so we want to get our slices eaten inside this loop, so let's pop that there. And then we are going to, after the loop, we are going to say pizza.display remaining slices. Cool. So this shouldn't have affected how the medium works. So we're just going to do a quick test of the medium. This should still allow us to put 8 and 512 slices, and it gives us negative 504. Now let's try it with this one. 8, 512. There are not enough slices for you to eat that many. Please enter a number between 0 and 8. How many slices of pizza have you eaten? 9. There are not enough slices for you to eat that many. Please enter a number between 0 and 8. How many slices have you eaten? 0. You have 8 pizza slices left. I've not even got to the pizza yet. Okay, so let's go back and let's just try 8. So, started with 8. How many have you eaten? I've eaten 8. You have 0 left, so that's valid as well. So we've tested both ends of the range. We tested 0, we tested 8. And let's just make sure that the maths are happening correctly. I mean, it looks like they're happening correctly, but let's just do a strange number as well. So we can do, let's start with a higher number. Let's start with 100 slices of pizza. And let's say we've eaten 46. You have 54 pizza slices left. There we go. So now we can avoid getting into negative pizza And we've made a pizza object that handles all of the behavior of a pizza. And you'll notice, especially medium here, it's just pizza, 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 pizza. And the pizza is controlling all the operations that affect the pizza, which is really nice. We've done a little bit more with the pizza here in order to really ensure that we get the right values and we don't end up in like weird scenarios in our program. And this is all working really nicely. And also, because we're using this user input, we're also guarded against things like if we type in like actually it won't work for this. Let's do that. If we type in like 1.5, it will say invalid integer. If we type in hello, it will say invalid integer. So we've got a lot of protection going on in this code that's ensuring that we get the correct inputs from our users. So we had 8, we ate 7, we had 1 left. And that is challenge 6. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next episode.